Hello everyone and a warm welcome to the Lateweights Community Stadium this evening. It's a big game for Woking. The gap to the bottom four is really close now. Woking sitting in 19th, only 2 points above the drop zone. Tonight's visitors Halifax suffered a couple of disappointing defeats their own, but do still sit in a pretty fifth place in those playoff spots. Let's talk you through the two lineups then. Woking have made 3 changes with Jacob Jones, Shamar Lawson making his first start, a new signing Sam Ashford straight in from the offer. Lineup in full is Will Yaslan. Again, there's debate whether it be a 3 or 4 for Woking tonight. I've gone with initially a back 3 of Dan Moss, Chinwike Colleen, Tonji Akinola, but it could well be a 4. Dion Kelly Evans, Jacob Jones as the wing backs, with Shamar Lawson, Jamie Andrews, Harry Buteman in the middle, and Sam Ashford partnering in the FL. As for Halifax, and their fans are concerned, they've had to make 5 changes, and again a big blow for them with their regular goalkeeper out. So Toby Savin, the new lone goalkeeper from Barnet, has to come in from the off again in place of Sam Johnson. Again, they made 5 changes in full course. I mentioned Savin having to come line up for Johnson. Pugh, Lee and Bray also, Sutcliffe, Pugh, Lee, Brain also come into line up. And again, it's of course Johnson, as I mentioned, Arthur, Jenkins, Evans and Thomas all out the lineup. So as for Halifax, I think it will be a back 3 for them too. Toby Savin in goal, a back 3 of Josh Emmanuel, Adam Senior, Adam Adetoro, Harvey Sutcliffe and Ryan Galvin as the wing backs. Tom Pugh and Lewis Lee midfield, with Owen Bray and Florent Hottie just in front of them, and Jamie Cook up front. As the substitute benches, Wokins is Ollie Webber, Timmy Odesina, Lewis Walker, Tariq Hines, Adam Chickson, Jermaine Anton and Frank Fitson. As for Halifax, it's Nathaniel Foro, Jamil Shekukwa, Jack Jennings, Zach Emerson, Dubam Eze, not a relation of Barry Byway of Crystal Palace, and Sean Tarima to complete the bench. Alongside me this evening is John Moore. John, this is a big one for Woking.
It most certainly is, particularly after that last-minute defeat away at Wilson on Saturday. I'm delighted to see that Sam Johnson isn't in goal for Halifax, because he normally manages to thwart us and play a blinder. But tonight, really, they need 3 points.
Most certainly. So we're underway here at the Lateweight Community Stadium. Straight away, a long ball. And Cook well dealt with there by the head of Moss. Header over the top, and Andrews and Okoli communicate each other. It's left from Andrews to Okoli, and then Jaskalainen, edge of the D, smacks it away for Halifax throw. But Neil Ali wanting his side to be, again, full throttle from the off, and again he wants the sides to play brave football. Obviously it's tense being in a relegation battle, of course. So throw here for Halifax to take on the far side, midway inside the half. Throw towards Cook, good power header from Akinola. Effiong trying to hold up, he was just clipped from behind in the Effiong, and that's an early free kick for Woking, just over 10 yards into Halifax territory. So straight away chance for Woking to cause some issues. Let's see again if they try and get onto the heads of the likes of Chinwike Coley or any Effiong. So Harry Buteman to take this free kick. Inside left. Let's see what Woking can do from this. So Buteman whips it in with his right foot, and it's punched away. And Toby Savin, his first job as lone goalkeeper for Halifax. Lawson trying to turn, dispossessed quickly, and now Halifax can try and get down left hand side. Good tackle there from Jacob Jones. Big chance for him to impress. He challenged Florent Hottie there, and Hottie takes the throw all the way back to Adetoro. Now here's a square pass from Senior across the back line. Here's Emmanuel under pressure from Ashford. Is Halifax on the ball again. Senior towards Adetoro. Effiong chasing it down, just approaching the 2nd minute here at the Lateweight Community Stadium. Look for a ball over to Adetoro, headed down nicely from Moss. Andrews holding off Hottie. Buteman takes on the stretch in the centre circle. Was just a little tug there from Hottie on the back of Jamie Andrews. So free kick for Woking State just inside their half. Harry Buteman to take it again, and Harry Buteman I think will have his sights set on the long ball forward. Here's Buteman He gets the call now for Will Jääskeläinen to leave it. So Jääskeläinen will be looking long towards the left-hand side. So Jääskeläinen again looking for the likes of Effiong here. A long ball from Will Jääskeläinen towards the box. Head up into the air there from Macaulay. Halifax still with it. Header back to the box from Lawson. Effiong tries to hold it up, and that's cleared out for a throw on the left-hand side. Buteman quickly cross to take the throw. Now it's left here for Jacob Jones to take. 3 minutes played, and again Woking trying to get themselves on the front foot. Jamie Andrews again has his sights on taking a long throw here. Buteman is a short option, but Andrews will go long into the box. Flicked on, Moss trying to chase it down the byline, and it's been shepherded out for a goal kick to Halifax. Can try and look for cause problems in those set pieces, and hopefully try and get a combination going between Effiong and Sam Ashford.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Ashford from his first spell here under Dowson, and overall he did very well. You know, he had good energy levels, he could play down the middle, he could play out wide, and he always gave 100%. And you know, I think it was a disappointment when he went back to Crawley, where I think we had him on loan from.
Goal kick taken there by Savin, well headed from Macaulay. Head back forwards from the centre circle from Pugh, and it's headed away for Halifax throw on the far side for Josh Emmanuel to take. Emmanuel just has a nice bit of movement in front of him with Sutcliffe. Emmanuel throws it short to Cook. Back inside from Emmanuel to Cook. Driving forward, trying to skip past Andrews, and just impeded there. Cook. Andrews appealing there was nothing much in it. He tried to make the tackle, but the referee saw enough in that to be a foul. So free kick for Halifax. Inside right, 24-25 yards away from goal. It's a good position to get a good delivery into the box. Florin Hottie behind this free kick on the far side. 5 minutes played at the Halifax Community Stadium. Woking 0, Halifax 0. So free kick from Hottie, whipped away there by Dion Kelly-Evans. Back in the centre circle with Pugh. Long diagonal from Pugh, bit too far there. Tempting out to the far side, looking for Josh Emmanuel. Again, Woking just couldn't get going in the second half on Saturday against Wealdstone at all. Again, they were decent in the first half possession-wise, create some good early chances, but it was a struggle for them second half.
The thing is, though, you know at Wealdstone, if you're playing with the slope in the first half, you've got to take advantage, because if you don't, second half, Wealdstone are going to be at you, and that's exactly what happened. You know, Woking didn't really push on. They had a decent first 15 minutes, but as I say, really towards the end of the first half, the signs weren't good, and then second half, it was a disaster show.
Andrews wins the ball back off Lee. Here come Woking. Andrews now looks his right inside, not it's easily cut out. Nice feet there from Galvin. Now here's Emmanuel racing down the right hand side, holding off Buteman. Emmanuel into the attacking third, just looks and plays it short and behind him. Ball down the right hand side, takes a deflection. Jacob Jones trying to get to it, but shepherd out a play for a corner kick there from Cook. Again, Halifax now starting to get themselves on the front foot. Corner for Hottie to take on the right hand side here for the visitors. Again, disappointed with their most recent defeats, but they're looking to get themselves back on track, and the referee just checking that everything's fine in the 6-yard box. Again, quite a few men Halifax have put on Will Jääskeläinen to try and put him off. He pulled off some excellent, especially in the second half against Wealdstone on Saturday. So corner kick in from Hottie, and Kelly-Evans miscleared it and just skimmed off the top of the crossbar there. Real scary moment for Woking. Woking trying to come away with it on the right hand side, deep inside the half, and free gets the cards at the end. Chinwike Okoli was just being pulled by Aditoro, but a real scary moment there, John.
Absolutely. I mean, it was Kelly Evans who just took a sort of fly kick at it and got something on it, and it deflected up and went along the crossbar, almost rolled along it for a minute. I thought it was going to drop into the net, but really not a good piece of defending.
Yeah, completely sliced that clearance, Dion Kelly Evans, and very, very fortunate. Free kick from Jaskalainen. Search from Effiong. Anatora heads away. Cross in the centre. Andrews manages to poke it forwards, but here is Emmanuel. And a bit of pressure from Ashford. Back up. Savin clears his lines. Spin up to the centre circle. Akinola wins that aerial duel there. And now it's cleared down the right hand side from Emmanuel. Again, Akinola does well in the air. Nice flick on just behind halfway from Lawson. Effiong trying to keep hold of the ball. Lawson tries to head it on, but it's headed backwards here now for Aditoro to clear towards the inside left. Comfortable header down from Moss. Kelly Evans sends it back to Dan Moss under a bit of pressure from Cook. Still sprinting. Cook now towards Jaskalainen as the ball left hand side of his box. Jaskalainen goes long. Lawson was Ashford was a little pushing back for him. There certainly was. Just into the back of Josh Emmanuel. Again, a bit of a nervy start from Woking. Again, they came out a little bit fairly quickly in the first minute and a half or so, but Halifax have grown into this game pretty well. 9 minutes played at Halifax Community Stadium. Again, Dion Kelly Evans miscleared a corner onto the top of the crossbar. Long diagonal free kick from Senior. Flick back to McCauley, and Kelly Evans being chased down there. Needs to clear his lines. It was Owen Bray sprinting towards him in the box. Did well to turn and clear Dion Kelly Evans. And Halifax have a throw set on the left hand side, and Galvin just about stretching off over the advertising audience to pick up the ball. So throw for Halifax. Left hand side, level the corner, the area. Throw and return back to Galvin by Cook. Now here's Lee on the pressure here from Lawson. Good aggressive play by Lawson. Lee trying to turn away, goes behind to Galvin, skips inside of Kelly Evans, just on halfway. A little clip there from Shamar Lawson on Ryan Galvin, and that is a free kick for Halifax, taken short from Aditoro to Hottie. Here's Galvin, turns inside to Hottie. Lawson stretching, trying to tackle, but he couldn't. Hottie now links up with Hottie, cross in, and that was an easy catch in the end for Will Jaskalainen.
Good work though from Hottie, he looks lively.
Here is Ashford, just over halfway, and manages to win the throw for Woking, just hitting off the left foot of Josh Emmanuel. Thrown backwards from Jones to Buteman. Here's Akinola, left hand side of the back three. Control from Moss. Bray approached him, Cook pressing high as well. Cody, pass it comfortably from the D to Kelly Evans, who's inside right. Now going back to his own goal, Kelly Evans gives it to Cody, clears it away. Woking started off nervously here. Lee's pass, knocked out to the left hand side to Bray. Back with Lee in the centre circle. Pugh gets up his feet quickly. Halifax just inside the Woking half. Nice turn from Manuel, away from Effiong. Now he gets away from Buteman as well. Manuel skipping inside, great run from Manuel. Trying to enter the box. Still Manuel, twist and turning, tackle from Jones. Clear from Lawson, was there possible from Cook? Halifax fans appealing, nothing given by the referee, and Jacob Jones goes direct down left hand side, just behind halfway, headed down the way from Pugh, only as far as Effiong now. Effiong, right foot to pass, gives it away really poorly. He's looking for the run of Kelly Edmonton now. Here comes Galvin through the centre. Galvin goes a low shot, not really enough on it to trouble Jaskalainen. Comfortable in the end, but John really nervous and Woking so far.
Yeah, most definitely. No control, almost not dissimilar really to the second half. Where at Wealdstone, nobody getting their foot on the ball, nobody passing the ball forward. We're going backwards so many times. And there's another case in point there.
Yeah, Cody, bit of heavy pass of Buteman on the stretch, managed to get a touch. Akinola. Here's Jones. Jones now runs into trouble. Pugh nicks it off him. Now Halifax have it just behind halfway. The ball's gone back to Senior. Here's Emmanuel driving over halfway. For Emmanuel being chased down from Ashford. Emmanuel turns. Ashford still putting the pressure on. And Ashford forcing Emmanuel to pass it backwards. Here is Senior in possession. Square for Aditoro. Breezes away from Effiong, now over halfway. Bray. Back here to Aditoro. Effiong lurking behind him. Aditoro comfortably holds him off. Aditoro plays it down line short for Bray. Bray now jinking inside, trying to get him between Moss and Andrews, and Bray goes down. Was a little foul there from Andrews, and Isaac Searle, the referee, had a good view of that. Free kick to Halifax, and the team sitting in 5th place again starting to really dominate here.
Yeah, they look dangerous. Every time they get the ball, they're running at Woking, causing problems.
So free kick, close to the area, inside left. Lewis Lee stepping up. Again, Woking need to make sure they're organised and try and ride out this Halifax pressure. Again, Woking have had a chance to attack themselves, but just haven't got the pass right so far. They haven't settled at all in the first 13 minutes. So Lee in swinging free kick, head up into the air from Effiong, and Yaskalainen claims the back post. Good work there from Yaskalainen, just nudged into the back of a Halifax man, and yeah, I don't think there was anything too much in that though.
Nothing, no, he's kind of in the way really.
Yeah, I don't think Yaskalainen had every right there. It was a senior standing close by to him. Just, he gave him a little light nudge, as John said, nothing much in that. Jones back to Akinola. Here's Jones in possession, and Woking going backwards to Yaskalainen.
And this is the problem, you see, when Woking don't have Ward in the side, then really they've got no width and no pace and no one who can do the unexpected, no one who can really run at defences, which is what Halifax have started doing, you know, right from the off. He's such a huge miss, and of course O'Brien isn't available either. He's another loss. Not that we've seen a great deal from him, but you know, he definitely has quality.
Yeah, most certainly. Here's Akinola to Jones. That's Akinola. There was a nice little long ball to Effiong. He linked up Putin just a moment ago, but again, Woking just going backwards here. But at least they're trying to get a bit of hold of possession now. Akinola to Peterman, again dropping very deep. Just passed it back to Yaskalainen, but yeah, I completely concur John's thoughts. Again, just that real lack of width without Matt Ward, and again, obviously the options are very much lacking at the moment.
Yeah, you're seeing there's no Gorman out there either to take the ball off Yaskalainen and try and move it forward. He's another big loss, but I'm sorry, 17 yellow cards. Well, what's all that about? If you pick up 7, you're not doing very well, but 17, and he's your skipper.
Yeah, there is a clear discipline problem there, and Akinola tripped up on the far side by Harvey Sutcliffe. Last couple of minutes, Woking slowly starting to settle, but not really having any threat so far. Quarter now played. 1-0. Peterman down line, searching for Effiong, and Effiong just couldn't get that under control. Skimmed off his right leg, and a goal kick to Halifax.
See, what is disappointing is that, you know, when for lots of games under Neil Lardley, there was a pattern to our play. You could see what he was trying to do. There was an identity there, but that's gone now. And we look like, really, we haven't played together very much, and consequently we're not really creating anything, and it looks a bit of a shambles at times. And as I say, the second half at Wealdstone was awful. That's the worst I think I've seen us play, certainly under Ardley.
Speaking of Wealdstone, they lead Aldershot by 1-0 at the moment. It's the only goal in the National League so far. Brown halfway flicks on. Andrews controls, pulls it down for himself. Andrews pass block from Bray. He's been energetic so far. Halifax on their left-hand side. And at least Woking have just riding out the pressure. Halifax, but again, now Woking have got to try and start creating some real pressure of their own. Just over 16 minutes gone. Goalless so far at the Laithwaite Community Stadium. Moss to take the throw. About midway inside his own half, and now Moss throws it down the right hand side. Effiong can't flick it on, and Ashford being held off. Maditoro, and calmly played back from senior to Toby Savin. And there's a light blue kit. Lays it off now to Emmanuel. Turns infield, goes behind him to Senior. Lovely diagonal there from Senior. Galvin heads over halfway down the inside left, headed down from Kelly Evans. Here's Shamar Lawson. Lawson now zipped it down the right hand side. Effiong looks like he's having his shirt held. He's holding it up here. Effiong, good battle team. Effiong Aditoro, but the free kick's actually been given in the favour of Aditoro instead. Looked like Effiong had a bit of his shirt held, but the referee had a good view of that, and he felt Effiong was just first.
Don't know really how the referee called it. Look, both of them were at it.
Yeah. And it's one of those ones that you could give either way, because it's so close. Maybe just leave that situation. But the referee has opted to give the free kick to Halifax, taken from Savin. Down left hand side, header from Moss, down for Kelly Evans, turns, hits it just over halfway. Ashford beaten to the ball by Header Senior. Headed forwards from Kelly Evans, can't reach Ashford in the centre circle, laid back from Senior to Emmanuel. Emmanuel turns onto his right foot, squares it for Pugh. It's on Pugh, back to Adam Senior. Halifax comped on the ball here. Senior plays it right foot to Galvin, picks up in plenty of space, no real pressure from the Woking forward line. Galvin out to Pugh, out to Bray, in field. Now back to Bray on halfway. Here is Aditoro in field. Now Bray receives it here off Bray, back with his right foot. Again, Halifax is playing across the back three now. Here is a long diagonal ball from Aditoro, trying to set away Sutcliffe on the right hand side. And Jääskeläinen just about judges the bounce there. Nicely zipped ball from Aditoro. Jääskeläinen read that one really well. Now rolls it to Chinwike Okoli. 18.5 minutes played. Woking 0, Halifax 0. Okoli again direct towards Ashford. Does win the flick on, can't reach Effiong. Aditoro heads away. Buteman inside left. Heads it on for Jones to try and take on the bounce. Jones climb with Sutcliffe. None of them could get to it. Now Sutcliffe gets it off Buteman. Sutcliffe over halfway. Down the far side. Sutcliffe looks in field to Cook. Cook now returns it towards Sutcliffe on the stretch. Manages to get a toe on it to leave it for Emmanuel. Daisy cutter pass. Sprayed to Galvin by Lee. Galvin taking on Kelly Evans. Gets on the outside and Galvin's cross and no one can meet it in the middle. Cook was the closest to it. Dangerous looking cross there from Ryan Galvin. Just had no one on the end of it.
Yeah, great work from the Halifax player, and it was a fantastic cross, and he'll be disappointed really that no one was busting a gut to get on the end of it. Certainly Halifax have started the better of the two sides, no two ways about that. Woking to me still look very nervous out there, and they're not really creating anything. I mean, you brought in a forward, but you've got to create opportunities for them, and as I say, there is no width, there's no creativity in midfield, and so as a striker you're always up against it.
Yeah, players looking pretty tired obviously with the injuries and again the lack of freshness in the lineup, although of course a few changes made with Jones, Lawson, Ashford coming into the lineup, but again really struggling without Matt Ward. Has been him and Will Jääskeläinen probably been the two best players for Woking this season. Throw taken there from Akinola
along with Dan Moss, I would say, until he got injured.
Of course Sutcliffe just was pushed down the far side. It goes backwards to Emmanuel. Here's Aditoro, middle of the back three, squares it for Senior, played over halfway to Emmanuel, shifts inside, a few yards into the Woking half. Emmanuel can't find that forward pass he wanted, so just sends it back just behind halfway for Senior. Right foot on top of the ball, now lays out in front of himself, just over halfway. Senior looks out towards Galvin. Kelly Evans heads away. Andrews tries to swing on the bounce. Lawson can't control. Flick into the path of Hottie there from Lee. Now flicked up in the air from Andrews. Well, one back there from Ashford, but Kelly Evans can't get to it, but he makes the tackle on Lee. Ball spins down the right hand side. Is Galvin though to Aditoro. And back here with Savin, just over 20 minutes played here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium. Woking 0, Halifax 0. Kelly Evans heads it up into the air. Hottie heads forwards, but then controlled from Moss. Clip ball from Akinola, but not the greatest contact on it. Bounces towards Jones. Jones' chest. Now back in the Woking half. Jones being chased down here by Sutcliffe, and then Jones has to go back to Jääskeläinen. Clears away first time. In step is right towards centre circle. Lawson, or just wrestling there with the Halifax player. Looks like Ashford's gone down. Slight raised arm on him, and it's a free kick to Woking. And chance to maybe get the ball towards the box now. Yeah, certainly a pretty scrappy, but certainly when Woking trying to get forwards, it turns pretty scrappy with the amount of direct balls. Obviously Halifax playing all the football so far. And here is a free kick for Woking. Ashford was just fouled. The ball came up towards him. Certainly Adam Aditoro, didn't think there was much in that one. So Buteman right in front of the centre circle, ready to take this free kick. Can Woking create something from this? 22 minutes played. Woking 0, Halifax out. Spinning from Buteman towards Okoli. Okoli wins the header, but goes out of play in the end. I think Okoli was hoping for a runner on the right hand side of the box, but didn't have it in the end. Very comfortable for Toby Savin just to watch that one go out of play. Woking 0, Halifax nil, just over 22 minutes played. Altrincham now leads Solihull by a goal to Akinola, clears forwards. Links up with Petersman, now square for Jones. Jones, ball towards the box, too far away from Ashford though. Now it's an overarm throw from Savin. Ball just to halfway for Cook by Galvin. Now nice football here from Halifax. Hottie into the feet of Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe shot just wide the target. Probably best chance to match. Some lovely football from the back from Halifax. They didn't have that crowning finish from Harvey Sutcliffe right inside the box. Drove it just wide the post, set up from Florin Hottie. That should have really been 1-0, John.
Yeah, they carved Woking open. Lovely inside football, great counter-attack with pace. Should have buried it.
Most certainly really good opportunity there. Akinola. Back here to Jaskalainen. Still in the Woking box. Okoli.
Oh, goodness
to his goalkeeper.
Why Woking passing it back all the time? Get it forward. Here we go.
Akinola
And
to
again.
Beatsman. Now Halifax press on Jaskalainen. Jaskalainen has to quickly go and clear it over halfway. And you can sense the home crowd getting tense. Obviously, as you can hear John as well. Again, he's certainly not a fan of the.
I'm not if you're passing it back inside your own half. Pass, back. Put your foot through it. Try playing it long instead. You know, why do you have to try and work it when it's not working at the moment? You know, Woking haven't really got the personnel to play 3-5-2. There is no width out there. If your wing backs are Kelly Evans and Jones on the other side, then to me you're in difficulty because neither of them really are of a good enough standard. And you can see at the moment Woking have got no outlet ball at all.
Long from Galvin from the right hand side. Moss gets to it just before Cook. Now Jaskalainen again goes direct up towards Ashford. Ashford just tangling with Aditoro. I have to admit Ashford did just pull Aditoro first down to the ground, so it's a free kick for Halifax. Aditoro back here for Senior. Square into the feet of Emmanuel. Emmanuel on halfway. Short for Sutcliffe. Had best chance of the match so far. A couple of minutes ago for Halifax. Drive his low shot just wide. Some really nice football from the back from the visitors. Square from Senior. Emmanuel clips it down the inside right. Well read there from Okoli. Hits it down now in the bit of space for Buteman. Searches for Effiong, but just couldn't pick out any Effiong there. There's a chance for forwards into the channel, but just didn't work. 20 minutes left of this first half, and Halifax have been the better side, but haven't made the dominance count. Haven't created too many chances. Again, the best one, as I mentioned, Sutcliffe, just wide the target. Again, Kelly Evans sliced one onto his own bar as well. That was a bit of luck of that one. Would have gone in. So throw for Halifax, just on the midway inside the half. Emmanuel takes, flick on from Sutcliffe, and that'll go back comfortably for Okoli. In fact, Okoli just lets that one go out of play for a throw to the Cards. They're yet to test Toby Savin so far. Here's Akinola. Andrews available as a short option. Akinola down the left hand side, flick on one from Jones. And now Ashford trying to hold it up here. It's a turn in field from Lawson. That will be a free kick for one on the left hand side. They won a few free kicks so far, but haven't been able to do anything with them. Zachary Putin to take this one. About just over 10 yards into Halifax territory, inside left. Let's see what Buteman can do from this one. Can Woking create something meaningful there? 26.5 minutes played, and Toby Savin yet to be tested. And the Halifax goal. Ball delivered in for Petersman, headed away from Aditoro. Ball still bouncing in the box, and then turn and clearance there from Sutcliffe. Out for a Woking throw on the left hand side. Should be taken just in front halfway.
And yet again, you're thinking, if Woking are going to score, it's going to be from a set play. Because in open play, they've created absolutely nothing. I mean, I feel for Ashford. He's had nothing to feed off at all. And I'm a bit surprised, really. As I say, we're playing two, I guess, to try and match up, but it isn't really working.
Lawson can't get the ball into control after Jacob Jones' throw. Long ball from Galvin down the left-hand side, a bit too far in front of Bray though. So working through, but really the last few minutes is not really any rhythm in this game.
See, the other thing I don't understand is why isn't Vincent out there? Why? What has he done wrong? I mean, when he started, he had energy, gave us, a bit of an attacking threat. He was neat and tidy on the ball, and he's just vanished. He's just on the bench permanently. I can't believe he can't get a game out there, particularly when you look at the state of our midfield.
And speak of midfield, Andrews on the ball, back to Okoli. Okoli goes direct, and in between Kelly Evans and Effiong, a huge gap in between them as well.
I mean, at least Vincent, he can put his foot on the ball. We've got no one who's able to do that out there at the moment. It's just nothing.
Andrews has really good technical ability, but he's not been able to control the game so far this evening. He really struggled on Saturday as well to do that. Long ball from Savin. He's a really talented player though, Jamie Andrews. Flick on into the feet of Bray by Cook, and Bray goes down. Brought down edge of the area from Moss. Few appeals from Halifax players are red, but the yellow's certainly the right decision there. And again, Simon Bassey certainly unimpressed. The Woking assistant manager on the sidelines with defending, and flick on there from Cook, and Owen Bray got him behind, and Dan Moss had to pull him down, otherwise Woking were in real trouble. Yeah,
I mean, you mentioned Jamie Andrews, but to me he's been a major disappointment. I saw him play in that FA Cup tie against Cambridge. He played in the middle, he was superb. I know, fantastic, he's going to kick on, but he hasn't. He's gone backwards, he looks slow, he looks off the pace, he doesn't really get forward enough. As I say, our midfield is severely lacking. Why can't Frank Vincent get a start?
Again, I've seen that's the debate amongst Woking fans online as well.
I mean, the new guys come in, but he's done nothing so far either. Lawson, I know it's difficult, he hasn't been here very long, but I'm struggling to see what he brings so far.
It is a free kick for Halifax. Edge of the box, Monby whipped in over the wall and wide the target, and then it was taken from Florian. He whipped that one around the wall. Tough one to execute on target. Wrapped it with his left foot and wide in the end. And Neil Lardley just giving some instructions there and just communicating with Harry Buteman in particular. So goal kick here for Woking. Haven't really offered anything so far, but at least they'll be relieved they're not a goal down. York at Rochdale, but the title looks all but done. And that race team Barnet and York. And York will try and keep up the pressure. They can win tonight, will go to 11 points, but it's a huge arsenal. Of course, Barnet the only team to beat Woking under Neil Lardley. A goal kick from Yasline, headed away, headed back forwards from Andrews. Then Woking win Halifax win the aerial duel again through Josh Emmanuel. So just over half hour played at Layfake Community Stadium. Woking 0, Halifax 0. Jacob Jones to take the throw. Down the far side, Effiong wins the flick on, can't reach. Ashford controlled it. Madatoro slices clearance a bit out of Toro. Tries to keep it in play, but can't do so in the end. So a throw for Woking again. Halifax just invite a bit of pressure in now. Adatoro failing to clear that. So Jamie Andrews to put a long throw into the box. Can something fall for Woking? This place desperately needs a lift. Anxiously looking over their shoulder with teams around them. Starting to put wins together. So a long throw from Jamie Andrews towards near post. Headed away by Halifax, and there was a foul in there as well. It was from Dan Moss. So free kick to Halifax.
Is it me, or is it just very flat out there?
No, I have to say, so far there seems to be real tension this Woking side. I think still hangover from Saturday, the way that one ended. And I thought Woking was solid first half on Saturday, but second half they really lost their way, and of course that would damage their confidence quite a bit. But again, including tonight, 6 of the last 9 home games are at home, so that should be an advantage and should hopefully get enough points to acquire survival. But Jones heads away. The goal kick, volley forwards by Hottie, and it's back here with Jaskelainen, left hand side of his area. Can Townley's teammates to push up here. Can Woking try and make the ball stick towards Effiong? Could he try and link up with Ashford? So Jaskelainen up towards Ini Effiong, bounces over his head. Header on the far side.
see what is a telling fact that, you know, half an hour into the game and the Halifax keeper has not had a shot to save, whereas Halifax have threatened Woking's goal several times, and that is the problem. Woking simply do not score goals, and why not? Because there's no one to create anything.
Yeah, that'll be real disappointing for Neil Ice. A throw for Woking. Andrews goes long, headed away from Aditoro. Lawson hooks it up in the air. Bounce here though for Manuel to clear. It's been blocked on the far side by Andrews. Now Akinola finds Andrews, left side of the box. Andrews stabbed it into the centre, almost found the head of Ashford. Headed away though from Aditoro. Woking have it edge of the box, but again Moss struggling to get under control. Now Moss plays it out towards the left hand side, runs onto the ball, finds Effiong right inside the box. The cross comes in, and Beatsman had it taken off his toes by Sutcliffe, but finally the home crowd lifted. Woking now starting to threaten, and it was a ball across. There was a first of all came from the ball from Andrews, which was just about headed away, almost found Ashford, and then the low ball from Effiong came in. Yeah, that was heading towards the path of Beatsman, but well cleared away from Sutcliffe. So a throw here for Woking again. Out on the left hand side for Andrews to take towards near post. Again, Halifax get it away, edge of the box for Lawson. Lawson's shot blocked by Lee, now being chased down there on the far side by Andrews. Plays it back into the Woking after Jones. At least home crowd a little bit more lifted now. So it's with Jaskalainen. Again, Jaskalainen searching in the middle towards Ashford. He wins the flick on, but didn't have anyone running behind. Volleyed away by Galvin. Ball bounced over head of Hottie in the centre circle, flicked off of Cook. Akinola sent up towards Ashford, header from Aditoro. Halifax in the centre here with Hottie now. Lawson clears forwards, headed away from Senior. Header one for Lawson in the centre square. Andrews manages to volley it. Two Halifax players get each other's way, but Aditoro manages to clear. And then Kelly Evans brought down by Hottie. Finally Woking starting to ask a few questions of Halifax. So free kick inside left, over 30 yards and goal. Harry Beatsman will be the man to take it. A little bit more promising now from Woking, but do need to try and test Toby Savin. That's the next task. So Beatsman to take the free kick. Can he put the right delivery in here? 10 minutes to go in this first half. Goalless here, team Woking and Halifax. Can Woking score a big goal before half time? Beatsman whips him right footed towards the back post. A brilliant save there from the keeper. This Halifax man. Good reactions from Savin down to his right hand side, and Coley trying to hold up for a throw on the far side here. He's done just enough, Jim McKay. Coley. Well, ball stars have gone out of play. Coley back heels it to Andrews, and Andrews hits that off Emmanuel, and it is a throw for Woking, but finally Savin forced into a save. Yeah,
and again from a a ball into the box, which, as I say, is really at the moment the only way you think Woking are going to score. It's a decent save though, scrambling down low to his right.
Yeah, did well to push it away. I did think it came off a teammate of his. Quite see it was. It's a throw for Andrews from the left hand side, and it come for Coley's head last. It did, according to the officials. He was jousting the air with Josh Emmanuel. So Halifax can now just calm things down. Again, I think they'll hardly last few minutes be a little bit more happy now. The pressure that Woking have put on, and it was an inviting ball. But Halifax, again, they'll be open. They've just read out the storm and trying to apply some pressure of their own again. As overall they have been the better team this first half, but Woking again haven't conceded though. Goalless here at the Halifax Community Stadium. 9 minutes to go this first half. A Coley wins header from the goal kick. Header forward to Lee. Again, a Coley with another header. Lawson flicks in the centre circle. Now volley from Beatsman. Search for Effiong. Trying to pin Senior back. Effiong goes down to the ground. Nothing given from the referee. Has given a free kick. So well won there from Ini Effiong. Again, that's what you want to see from him. Pinning his centre back, being aggressive. And that's a yellow card shown by the referee as well towards Adam Senior.
Good to see from Effiong, a bit of aggression, getting about defenders. It's been really far too comfortable for Halifax out there for most of this. Yeah, this is a game Woking really do need to win.
We'll have a free kick here. Woking to take just over 25 yards and goal. Effiong, Andrews and Beatsman all standing by the ball. So let's see who will take this one. It looks to be Peterman or Effiong. Yes, again, Toby Savin just getting this wall lined up. Could this be the moment for Woking? Well, Effiong steps up right-footed over the wall, but high over the bar in the end. Didn't take a deflection either. Yeah, Effiong was right foot, leaning back a bit too far, and that one went well over in the end for a Halifax goal kick. And then Effiong netted 7 goals since comeback, but going to be desperate to lead that charge to survival and score some big goals towards the back end of the season. Came in and made immediate impact in the Effiong. So goal kick from Savin. Header one from Okoli against Cook. Kelly Evans lets the ball bounce and hits it and finds Ashford inside right. Now Ashford can try and drive the Halifax defence. Plays it out to the right hand side to Lawson. Lawson got the ball stuck on his foot. Now it's enough time for Aditoro to step in there and clear out for a Woking throw. For Jamie Andrews to take on the right hand side, but a little bit more for Neil Lally to be happy about, just pacing up and down touchline with hands in his pockets. Short throw from Andrews to Beatman, lays it back to Andrews. Andrews again to Beatman. Now Beatman right foot across towards Effiong. Ball bounces through everyone, and the back post hits over the bar. Really good opportunity there for Woking. It was at the back post. They've just bounced it a little bit awkwardly. Shot just over the bar in the end, and okay, good opportunity there. I think it was Ashford who hit that one over.
Yeah, it was.
That post.
It was, but it's a good little spell from Woking, which I'm pleased to see after what's been served up earlier. It's like slowly but surely they're realising that they can't afford to be lethargic. They must put more effort in.
Here's Galvin just behind halfway. Now enters the Woking half, plays it short to Cook. Cook a bit heavy past Hottie, but bounces off Hottie back to Cook. Now Cook dispossessed from Effiong. Effiong halfway now, clips it out towards Ashford on the far side. Ashford gets on the ball. Ashford looking for an option. He goes behind into Beatman, flicks up in the air, then heads it down for itself. Beatman trying to get away from his man in Pew. Beatman goes down, but nothing given for the referee. Now Manuel to Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe looks to clip it towards Cook. Takes the deflection off Akinola, and then Jones does well to keep it in play. Now Jones back to Jaskalainen. Jaskalainen clears with his left towards halfway. It's off the back of Pew's head. It looks to be a foul there from Senior. It was indeed, and free kick for Woking.
But this is better.
Into Lawson.
This is better from them, isn't it? They're showing a bit of hunger out there, a bit of willingness to take the game to Halifax. They're trying to win the second balls. They're trying to win their duels. All the things they didn't do for the first 30 odd minutes.
So a free kick for Woking. It was a nudge on Ashford there by Senior. So free kick for Harry Peterman to take. It was a decent chance. Ashford, a bit of a tight angle from the back post and that dangerous cross.
Yeah, and I think it sort of almost came to him almost on a sort of half volley.
Yeah,
really, it was difficult for him to control it.
Was a bit awkward as a free kick comes in, flicked off from Okoli, and it goes well wide of the target. Woking appealing for a corner kick, well Effiong particularly, but nothing given in Woking's favour. Yeah, Bootson's free kick. Okoli did well to get something on it, but it was pretty comfortable for Toby Savin. Just let that one go wide of his left post, and it's short from Savin to Senior. Now Woking starting to push up a bit high. Emmanuel being pressed here from Buteman. Buteman goes to tackle. Manuel still has it by the corner flag. Clears away. Now Woking starting to box Halifax in. Hit forward to Makinola. It goes through 2 Woking players though. It went in between Ashford and Beaton, but more like it from Woking turns to high press.
Yes, it's good to see the energy levels have risen. It's good to see that they're pushing up. For the first 30 minutes, Halifax just really strolled through the game. Woking didn't make a meaningful challenge at all. We're on the back foot. We're just passing it backwards, left, right and centre. Now it looks like there's a bit more structure to their play.
Yeah, Halifax building from the back. Again, Woking pushing up. Ball playing to the feet of Hottie, and Hottie was just clipped there from Kelly Evans. So 3 minutes left of this first half. Woking 0, Halifax 0. But I say last 10 minutes or so, Woking themselves on the front foot. The free kick goes back here to Savin. Switched it towards the right hand side, headed over halfway from Manuel. Jones steps there, heads it only as far as Emmanuel. And now here's Sutcliffe. taking on Akinola. Good block there from Akinola. And Jones running back onto the ball. Holding off Sutcliffe. He's on the byline here. Jacob Jones. Jones trying to make an angle for himself to clear. Hits it off Sutcliffe, and that's a goal kick to Woking. I have to say, Jacob Jones slowly settling into this game. Obviously hasn't had a lot of game time this season. Jacob Jones, and yeah, slowly settling into this one.
Yeah, but you know, when all is said and done, he and Kelly Evans are wing backs. They're not full backs, they're wing backs, which means you've got to get up, because if you don't, it's 5 at the back. And as I say, Woking just haven't had any width out there. Why not? Because the wing backs haven't got forward.
Obviously that is the next phase of the game. I think that Woking do need to take it up to the next level, but it is tough. Obviously, Jacob Jones, you say, really, they're just right backs and left backs. The wing back system doesn't overly suit them, but it is Ashford into Buteman. Woking out on the left hand side here. We'll play back from Jones to Akinola. Clips up towards the box. Header one there from Senior. Jones trying to get onto it, being aggressive against Lee. Lee manages to play it back though. Long ball from Senior. Akinola wins it just to front halfway. Almost found Lawson. Head up into the F from Pugh. Header one from Andrews on the bounce is cleared towards the centre circle from Pugh. Met by the header Moss. Header one, the centre circle. It's headed away from Moss again. Kelly Evans out. Hits it back into the centre circle. Knocked down into the feet of Andrews. And now Halifax win themselves a free kick. Foul committed from Shamar Lawson on Lewis Lee. Now chance for Halifax. Last minute of this first half to try and get ball into the box. And again, a free kick from the centre circle. A little bit clumsy there from Shamar Lawson to get the free kick away. So short there from Hottie. And now spiralling ball towards the back post. And that's held off well there for Kelly Evans. Lets the ball bounce out for a goal kick. And Owen Bray trying to steam it around the back, but Kelly Evans had that one covered. And Woking again could be a bit lifted the way they played the back end this first half, but how they'd love to get that goal just to lift a bit of tension here at the Laythwaite Community Stadium. Goals scores so far in the National League: Altrincham 1, Solihull Moors 0, Boston 0, Southend 0, Rochdale 0, York 1, Woolstone 1, Aldershot 0. And of course here at the Laythwaite Community Stadium, we're now into first half stoppage time. Goalless between Woking and Halifax. Jaskalainen with the goal kick. There won't be any stoppage time here at all Laythwaite Community Stadium. Well, Halifax had the better the first half hour of this first half, and again the best chance they created was for Harvey Sutcliffe. Nicely worked move from the back, and Sutcliffe just struck wide right inside the box. But Woking grew into it. They're more aggressive at the back in the first half, and again had a shot from Ashford from a tight angle, sort of on the half volley over the bar. But again, they got a few dangerous balls into the box which Halifax managed to deal with. But overall, John, yeah, Woking grew into the first half, but still a bit of frustrating watch with the lack of times that Savon's been tested. Savon pulled off one save, and that was from a free kick from Buteman, where I think it came for his own man in the end.
Yeah, it was a very frustrating watch. I think it was a snooze fest from a Woking point of view for the first 30 odd minutes. Didn't compete at all. Halifax should have been 2 up, and then Woking stirred themselves into action and started competing, pushed higher up the pitch, and you know, had 1 or 2 flurries, but it's all been a bit scruffy out there. And as I say, you know, Ashford and Effiong, they've had nothing to feed off, and if you bring in a striker like Ashford, you've got to give them something, you've got to offer them something. And Woking lacked creativity, and really all it was, I think, in terms of the better end of the half, was that they pushed up higher and seemed to, you know, get more energy. But second half, they really do need to raise their game, somehow try and get a bit of width, so that, you know, crosses can come into the box for the likes of Effiong and Ashford to get on the end of.
Most certainly. So all to play for in the second half at the Laythwaite Community Stadium. Half time, it is Woking 0, Halifax 0. Hello and welcome back here to the Laythwaite Community Stadium. It was a pretty tense first half for Woking for the most part. Thankfully from their perspective managed to not concede a goal. Probably the best chance Halifax was Harvey Sutcliffe just striking wide, but the last sort of 10 minutes of the first half. Woking started to grow into it, and a dangerous free kick, Harry Beaton, which took deflection. Toby Salmon had to get down towards his right and push away, and Ashford had a shot from a pretty tight angle. I think the volley would have been slightly buoyed by the way Woking finished the first half, but they really need the win just to ease the tension. Again, Woking coming into tonight only 2 points above the drop zone. So second half about to get underway. Woking shooting from right to left. John, hoping that Woking can really step up this second half.
Yeah, most definitely. Certainly an improvement is needed on that first half overall. You know, Woking looked way off it to me, and the trouble is you just wonder where a goal is going to come from, because you know, when you look at the team, there's no one really who can take a man on at all. So, as I say, you're very heavily reliant on set plays.
Back and away. Half now. Long ball from McCauley down the inside left and bounces through everyone. But I have to agree with John. At the moment, it's again, you look at that piece of magic, and you know, again, Woking don't have that attacking width with the wing backs. The midfield three struggling to create anything. Of course, Beatsman scored 12 goals this season, but again,
I mean, I know I keep harping on about Vincent, but he can take a man on. He has got some energy. He has got a bit of craft about him, which is what Woking lack out there. It looks so predictable. As I say, that identity that Woking had under Neil Ardley has gone, and we look really a bit ramshackle out there, I think.
Here's Cook.
Low on confidence, unsure of ourselves.
Now Lee on the ball. Cook again. Cook down the right hand side, just a bit too far away from Bray. Akinola did well to fend him off though, and it rolls back here to Will Jaskalainen. Can he be looking long? Probably to Ini Effiong. So Jaskalainen releases it with his left boot, searching for Effiong. Bounces over him, and now Ashford trying to put some pressure on, but Senior managed to get it clear, and then Jacob Jones, a bit of a late challenge there. So free kick for Halifax. Was just a clearance made by Senior, and Jones just caught him on the follow through, and a yellow card shown from the referee to Jacob Jones. Again, Senior now slowly getting back to his feet. So Jacob Jones needs to be more cautious this second half on a yellow. So free kick from Savin. Drilled out towards the left hand side, being chased down from Sutcliffe, but Moss can just let that one go out of play. Goal kick for Woking.
You do wonder if Woking might change their formation and maybe go to a flat back four. Extra body in, further up the field. Because for me, I don't really think the three at the back's working particularly. As I say, wing backs have never got forward at all. And you're right, neither of them are wing backs really.
So ball up towards Effiong from the goal kick. Good tackle there from Aditoro. Header from the centre circle from Moss. Aditoro gets his head on it again. Bray, ball bounces away from him. Moss heads it down for Kelly Evans, just in front of halfway, looking for Effiong. Header one from Aditoro. And now Galvin down the left. Nice turn there from Hottie. Hits it off Andrews. Ball back inside to Hottie by Bray, and then one from Jamie Andrews. Picks out Effiong on the right hand side. Flag up though against Ini Effiong. Nice idea to just chip it out delicately to Ini Effiong for him to comfy control, but the problem was he was offside in the end. Ini Effiong, but they're trying to find ways to get him into the game. It's been, apart from winning the free kick first half, Ini Effiong, it's been real struggle for him trying to connect with Sam Ashford. Of course though, again, it's a brand new strike partnership, so unsurprising though his teething problems. And free kick here for Aditoro to take down the inside left, just bounces over Brain, out for a throw for Woking deep inside their half for Dan Moss to take. We'll update you on later scores in the National League as the evening goes on. Again, big one around the bottom. Wealdstone lead them. Old shot by Gold-to-0. Of course, they defeated Woking on Saturday in the final minute. Throw taken then by Woking, hooked on from Lawson. Right, Lawson can't get under control. Now hit for Cook to chase. Akinola heads it down, but Cook controls. Cook tries to pick out around the right hand side, but well blocked there from Tunji Akinola. Throw for Halifax in the attacking third. Manuel takes it short to Hottie. Back with Hottie, holding off Andrews with ease. Halifax just behind halfway with Senior. Clips it. Nice flick on there. In the end, just couldn't quite find Emmanuel. Flick on one by Sutcliffe. So throw for Woking on the left hand side, level with their box. Tunji Akinola to take it. Doubtless we're looking for Effiong down the left hand side. Throw released, flick on from Jones. Lee controls. Here's Bray, central position, 25 yards out. Bray now to his left. Halifax a few yards from the centre circle. Here's Pugh. Plays that one short to Galvin. Back to Pugh. Halifax still just inside the Woking half now, back in their half with the Lee pass it to Aditoro. His Senior. Woking trying to push up high, but Halifax play through it with ease. Senior now over halfway to Emmanuel. Infield to Lee. And now Lee drills it right footed. Header goes back here from Galvin. It's the feet of Hottie. Florin Hottie. Twist and turn. Nice balance here from Hottie now. Hottie into the box. Still Hottie. On just left foot. Hottie shot blocked. Head away from Moss. Then scooped up into the air from Dion Kelly-Evans. And Galvin lets it bounce out for throw first. Questions that Halifax are asking Woking this second half.
Yeah, he is their danger man. You know, when he's got the ball at his feet, it causes panic. And of course, Woking have that in Ward. Galvin. Sadly not available.
Yeah.
And I find it staggering, really, that, you know, they didn't fetch in a wide man. They must have known how Ward was going to be out for. And it is an integral part of the way they want to play. They never brought anyone in.
So a throw here for Halifax, level the corner, the area taken from Galvin. Returns him from Bray. Galvin loses his balance. Up against Lawson, no free kick given in Halifax's favour. And that will be a throw for Woking. Maybe a chance for Woking to try and now just push up a bit more and see if they can try and form a tap again. Matt Ward missing such a huge blow, can score, can provide, and yeah, again, Woking sorely missing him out there. Extremely evident. And a throw taken now from Moss deep inside the Woking half. Lawson can't flick on, but Lawson puts in a challenge on Galvin. Did come off Lawson last. So a throw for Halifax. Back here to Senior. Now plays it through the centre circle. Here's Emmanuel just in front of halfway. Turns onto his right foot. Back here to Senior. Effiong approaching him. Not a ferocious pace though. Here's Aditoro. Long ball up towards Cook. Header one from Akinola, and again Akoli just enough to put off Cook. Nice calm header from Tunji Akinola. Back to his goalkeeper. So Jääskeläinen, a little bounce the ball, and let's see if Woking can try and make something stick. Jääskeläinen towards Effiong. Head away comfortably from Senior. Lawson heads it down to his left. Cleared away by Manuel over halfway, ball looping up. Akinola beats Cook in the air. Lawson flicks it on. Buteman hooks it to the left hand side. Effiong just can't get his first touch right. There's right foot and a throw for Halifax here. A few yards behind halfway by the Woking dugout. Manuel takes. Return to him from Lee. Again, Lee on the ball. Pressure from Andrews. He nicks it off Hottie. Here's Buteman. Inside left, surrounded by two Halifax players, and he was just clipped there from Florin Hottie. He was annoyed with himself at going in the challenge. So a chance here for Woking to take a free kick from a dangerous position.
Yeah, it was Ashford who went down, who earned the free kick, and as I say, he's had nothing to feed off really all night. Whenever he's got the ball, there's been no one near him, no one to help him, so he's been forced to go it alone really.
I beg pardon, yeah, it was Ashford who on the free kick. I said Buteman, so it will be Buteman to take this free kick from the inside left, with Ashford standing beside him, but Ashford walks away from him. Unsurprised, they need Ashford in the box to try and get on the end of this free kick. Simon Bassey, Woking assistant, just giving out some last instructions to the men in red and white ahead of this free kick. 54 minutes played, Woking 0, Halifax 0. Free kick in a dangerous position inside left, but 24 yards out. Dutchman to deliver. In swing delivery towards the back post. Headed away, and there was a foul committed as well. Not to be on Senior. Just embraces with Adam Aditoro as well for defend that free kick well. So didn't come to anything in the end for Woking, and free kick for Halifax. They take the free kick short. Savin to his left hand side. Galvin's Hottie flicks it to Bray. Bray heads it forwards. Cleared on the bounce of Moss. Back in the Halifax half. Heavy touch. Halifax man clipped off from Lawson. Headed away from Emmanuel. Beautiful wins header. Almost dropped to Lawson in the middle. Volley though from Lee. Now Jones clears. Comes off Akinola. Falls to him in the centre circle. Now Akinola smashed it towards the inside right. Header up into the air from Galvin. Trapped here from Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans down the right hand side. Nice touch there from Ashford. Now Effiong knocks it forwards towards Lawson, making that advance run, but just a little bit too far in front of Lawson. Savin got down to it, but 10 minutes into the second half, that's sort of the first proper moment that
it's
tried to create.
Yeah, it's good to see a midfield player trying to get, further forward and make some runs.
Nice touch from Bray. That spray pass from Senior. Halifax just behind halfway. A heavy touch in the end, as Halifax were trying to stride forwards from midfield, and it was a foul committed there on Andrews from Motti.
I was trying to think who Ashford reminds me of, but it's Steve Claridge, because he plays with his socks rolled down and sort of got that sort of bustling style about him in a way, As I say, he's had really nothing to feed off tonight at all.
So free kick here. We asked Lance, Steve Claridge again. A little bit more time watching him playing, but certainly I remember him well on the Football League show, and always enjoyed him as a pundit on there. So here is a free kick for Yasline to take with his left foot from the centre circle. Up towards the area. Look at Akinola, drops it. Shot from Akinola, blocked on the byline, and Cody lets it go up for a corner kick. So finally suppressed from Woking. The fans, the KRE end buoyed now. So it is a corner kick for Harry Beatsman to take from the right hand side. Both arms raised. The Woking crowd now starting to be lifted. Beatsman slips, drills in right footed towards the near post, not a million miles away from fine Ashford. Bray heads away. Jones passed it. Beatsman flicks up in the air, fends off his man. Now plays it behind him to Lawson inside right, 23 yards out square, right in the centre of Andrews. Andrews keeps his balance, trying to turn away from Lee, goes back in the centre circle for Jones. Now Cook pressing on, Kelly Evans, it goes back to the Aston line.
Woking have gone all the way back from, being in that penalty area.
And Jones's long ball blocked there from Hottie, bounces out for a throw for Woking. Frustration there for the Woking crowd. So here from John as well. Here's a throw for Woking to take deep inside the half. There was an option maybe to go forwards, but again, when you're in a relegation battle, sometimes you do play it safe. Akinola's throw, header one there from Sutcliffe, another header one from Akinola. On the stretch, poked from Pugh. Bounce here for Galvin. Hits it left footed, bouncing down the inside left for Cody. Reads it, heads it forwards. Flicked on from Beatsman. Aditoro. Clearance blocked there from Ashford. No, not the greatest passes there from Galvin. Throw for Woking, but at least Woking now, last few minutes, starting to push up a bit. Have a throw just behind halfway on the far side. 58 minutes on the clock. Goalless here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium. Team Woking and Halifax. If Woking can find a win, they will go 5 points clear of the drop zone. Get a little bit of respite. Throw to Andrews, searching for Jones in the centre, cleared away. Header one from the centre circle from Akinola. Jones chasing this one down. Halifax get it clear through Sutcliffe. You can really hear the thud of Harvey Sutcliffe's clearance on the top of the stand John Nye located in. So throw for Jones, about midway inside the Halifax half on this near side. Jacob Jones looking down the line towards Effiong. Easy head away though for Sutcliffe. Trapped here from Hottie, now drops here for Sutcliffe to smash it towards Cook. Headed down for Macaulay in the centre circle, just in front halfway. Now Moss carrying it towards the right hand side. Short pass to Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans finds Beaton, bit of pocket space, 30 yards and goal. Back here to Andrews, few yards in front of the centre circle. Andrews looking for a forward pass for straight there. Andrews, that's go square for Jones, and Jones smashes it forwards towards Ashford. senior. Bounces out for Woking throw. Jamie Andrews frustrated though. They had no options nearby. Just conversation with Neil Lally. Jamie Andrews. Andrews now stretching over the advertising audience. Ready to take this throw. Again, can something fall for Woking? Approaching the hour mark here. Woking 0, Halifax 0. So Jamie Andrews ready to take the throw in the near side. Andrews now releases it towards head of Okoli. Wins the flick on towards the byline. Was again Woking appealing for a corner kick, and they do get one. Came off the head of Adatora last. There is a Woking man down just Ashford. On the left hand side. Yeah, it is Ashford. Just had a little whack on the head, trying to win the header on the byline. So corner kick here for Woking. Harry Buteman to take from the left hand side. Again, Woking builds up the pressure. Again, home fans doing everything to stay behind the team. Boston leading Southend by 2-0. Not good news for Woking. Still 1-0 to Wealdstone against Aldershot, and Solihull drawn level against Altrincham. So corner here for Buteman to take from the left hand side. Inswear comes in, bounces towards the back post. Woking appealing for a penalty. There feels a push on any FEL, nothing given. It's out on the right hand side at the moment. Well, here's Lawson.
Referee was in an awful position, so he's never going to see anything.
And Lawson wins the throw for Woking, just hitting that off Lewis Lee. And now Woking have got some momentum. Can they turn it into a goal? And Jamie Andrews just giving the ball quickly, but yeah, Boston really into form. They beat Hartlepool Saturday, but responding well against Southend. So as it stands, Woking still in the live table, 2 points above the drop zone. Lost flick towards goal for Okoli and headed out for a corner kick inside the 6-yard box from Emmanuel. That was vital there. Flick off from Okoli, caused a bit of panic for Halifax, but Josh Emmanuel got his head to it. Corner for Woking on the right hand side.
Yeah, it's where Woking are carrying a threat from set plays.
So Buteman drills it in, right footed towards head of Okoli. Well caught though from Savin.
Poor corner though, really. You know, meat and drink for the keeper. I know he's making a meal of it, they all do, but it was a really poor corner. Didn't have anywhere near enough pace on it.
And Savin just down there again. The Woking fans aren't best pleased. You can hear that. Few boos and home fans. Yeah, just a reminder of the scores in National League. Altrincham 1, Solihull 1. Could be a big point for Matt Taylor, who's under pressure. Solihull more since joining from Wealdstone. Boston 2, Southend 0, as I mentioned a moment ago. Rochdale 0, York 1, and Wealdstone still against Aldershot here at the Halifax Community Stadium. Just over 62 minutes played. Deadlock yet to be broken, but Woking been the better side this second half. Again, as John was alluding to, looking a threat from set pieces. Look at that Chinwike Cody flick on. Thought maybe it was going to fall to a teammate, but Manuel got it clear for a corner, and when the corner was taken, it was an easy catch for Savin in the end, and Savin now back on his feet.
Surprise, surprise. But as I say, look, it's not a criticism of him. All the keepers have started doing it. Jaskalainen did it on Saturday against Wealdstone. They take a time out.
Yeah, just a bit of game management, and again a chance for some fresh instructions, but a chance for Woking to have a little gather on the sidelines as well. Neil Ali just talked to Harry Buteman. Harry Buteman just relayed something to Tunji Akinola. So now Savin plants the ball down.
I mean, you can never fault Harry Buteman for effort, can you? You really can't. He gives it 100% every game.
Header from Akinola bounces out for Halifax. Throw a few yards behind halfway for Josh Emmanuel to take. And still no substitutions made, although 63 minutes on the clock, probably be, well actually, just as I said that, substitution for Halifax, and it is Zach Emerson, first player to come on here for the visitors. So Emerson on the field, and it is 14 Harvey Sutcliffe who's made way for Zach Emerson. So first substitution of the evening. So throw here for Emmanuel to take. Down the right hand side. Header one from Akinola. I thought that came off Akinola last. It didn't actually. So throw for Woking, which Akinola himself There's a cross to pick up. So Tunji Akinola again looking for Effiong, flick on from it. Effiong there, volleyed away. Francina for another Woking throw inside their half on the left hand side. Again, Woking needs to just try and keep up the momentum that have been building the second half. Akinola's throw, faint flick off from Effiong. Ashford can't get under control, breaks it to Beatsman halfway now. Beatsman looks to pull over Tom. Effiong getting his legs going now. Effiong up against Aditore, gets his body across Aditore, and it's a Effiong kind of way with the ball there inside the box. Effiong's ball towards the right post and it couldn't be converted in. It was Dion Kelly-Evans who met it. Effiong had too much strength for Aditore on the left hand side, got inside the box. Effiong clipped a nicely weighted ball towards Dion Kelly-Evans, and it really fell to the wrong man. Kelly-Evans just Kelf's tore into the end and goal kick.
Yeah, too right, it fell to the wrong man, but great work from Effiong. He was second best really, but he got those legs pumping, won his duel, and it was a very decent ball into the box.
Woking pressing on the far side, but in the end Galvin skips in field. Now Woking win it back. Ashford, here's Andrews, but his ball cut out from Hottie, and Hottie wins the throw for Halifax. But again now Woking got the bit between their teeth. Had some good chances in this half. Probably that Kelly-Evans one was best opportunity. Throw taken from Galvin, flicking field to Hottie down the centre circle. Here's Lee, square for Manuel, zipped out to the right to Cook. Cook drifts in field, back to Lee. Lee right footed now, gives away in the centre circle to Ashford. Ashford has Effiong in front of him, plays it in behind him though, and Effiong can't get to it. Just a little bit miscommunication. Sam Ashford in the Effiong. I don't think Ashford was expecting the ball to come to him in the centre circle in the first place. Throw from Manuel, but Beatsman wins it back, and then Beatsman hits it off. Hottie for a Woking throw, and Beatsman just trying to G up the fans and his teammates. But Woking can really sense they can break the deadlock here. Another chance to cause Halifax some issues. Andrews again just giving the ball quick clean. He'll fizz this throw in from the left hand side. Jamie Andrews now with the throw in, headed away. Drifts in the centre to Jones, square for Andrews. Not the greatest of touches, but does get the cross towards the edge of the box. Effiong couldn't get to it, and then Hottie clears back into Woking territory where Dion Kelly-Evans collects. Diagonal from Kelly-Evans towards the inside left. Effiong now heads towards Holy, trying to volley it on, cleared away from Emmanuel. Andrews climbing over his man, and Emerson now cleared away there from Pugh into the Woking half, and Jones just slices away. Had to just get that one clear on this near side now. Chance maybe for Halifax to push up here. Again, they've been second best this second half, but Woking haven't been able to make them pay.
And that's the problem, isn't it? Where are the goals going to come from?
Throw taken by Halifax, and now Andrews gets it back. Control there from Emerson. Akinola direct down left hand side for Ashford to chase. Just a bit too far away from Ashford. Set up for a real hero tonight. Woking to get themselves big 3 points. Can Ashford score a goal as a Woking players permanently? Was did have a loan spell there in 2020-2021 lockdown season. Emmanuel's throw headed away from Akinola. Effiong flicks up in the air, drops it to Emmanuel. Fizz it down the right hand side, cleared from Jones. Head up into the air from Effiong. Emmanuel gets his head to it. Again, Effiong heads it over halfway for Ashford to try and chase, and hooked away, and then Ashford just, I don't think there was anything in that at all. It's a free kick one for Senior. Senior just winced for a second. I don't know if it didn't look much of a kick from Ashford or anything. So another substitution here for Halifax. Lewis Lee making way for Jack Jennings. So see if he can make an impact off the bench. When he put on Zach Emerson for Harvey Sutcliffe, who's probably had Halifax's best chance even in the first half. Striking wide right side the box. So a free kick for Halifax. About 6-7 yards behind halfway. On the right hand side for Adam Senior to 10. Woking 0, Halifax 0. Senior. And swings it towards left-hand side. Header 1 there from Moss. Now here's Andrews on the ball. Andrews, pass blocked from Hottie. Just hobbling there. Hottie receives it though in field. Knocks it behind him. First time pass from Jennings. Calvin to Jennings. Again, Woking pushing high with Lawson. Leading it along with Effiong. Bit of time on the ball though for Adi Toro. Nice pass from Senior. And now Halifax over halfway with Galvin. Now Galvin to Bray. Knocked back into the feet of Jennings by Hottie. Now to Bray. Halifax in the attacking third. Bray, dangerous looking delivery towards the back post, and in the end reaches Jaskalainen. Good defending there from Jacob Jones, just doing enough to put off Jamie Cook. That was a decent delivery from Owen Bray from the left hand side. But Woking were thankful to see that bounce into the hands of Will Jaskalainen. Looking for any Effiong. Ball bounces away from him. Header 1 for Senior. Flick on for Cook inside his half. Volleyed lightly to his right from Emerson, where Hottie keeps it in. Hottie and Emmanuel combine. Hottie over halfway. Now flick on one there from Emerson. Here's Cook in the box. Great tackle there from Tunjiakinola. Cook was about to let fire at his left foot, but Tunjiakinola stretched his left foot out to get it away from the path of Cook there.
Yeah, good work from Akinola. And you know, when Halifax do attack and they run at Woking, then they look really dangerous. Haven't done enough of that though.
Throw tape from Halifax, and then the link up breaks down. It was Manuel just trying to combine with Hottie. No, for Woking.
Certainly do like the look of Hottie. Wish we had a Hottie.
That would be, I'll tell you what, that would be a lovely player to have in that great midfield slot for sure. I've been impressed with him tonight. Throw from Akinola. Flicked away. Now for Halifax throw.
Can't see the sign of any movement on Woking's bench.
No, neither can I. It's now another throw for Halifax. Thrown towards Hottie and tackle from Effiong. Another throw for Manuel to take.
Yeah, Woking must try and go for a win tonight. So you would think that Yard is going to maybe have a bit of a throw of the dice.
Yeah, puts a lot of pressure on Saturday. Woking do fail to win. The point still be okay. Hottie on the ball now. Good tackle there on the stretch by Harry Buteman. Another throw for Halifax. Slowly trying to build up some pressure, but Woking was standing there. Tell you what, it was a lovely cross a couple of minutes ago from Bray towards the back post. That certainly heart and mouth moment for Woking when that was swung towards the back post. Manuel with the throw for Halifax. Nice turn there from Hottie, about 25 yards out. Lawson clears on his fast Senior, so now some defending from Woking to do. Every Woking player inside their half. Galvin down the left hand side. Galvin up against Kelly Evans, puts the low cross in, intercepted from Moss. Clears his lines. Now the Halifax visiting fans, 84 of them, travel this evening. Now getting a bit buoyed.
Yeah, and yet again Kelly Evans fails to stop a cross coming in. You know, it's something else that seems to happen, and I'm really hoping that Tariq Hines will be back in the side. He's on the bench tonight.
Throw take from Halifax, but well intercepted there. And then it's a free kick one from Woking. He carried from the back really well from Dan Moss and just pulled down. And a yellow card shown by the referee. Not quite sure what that was to. There was looked to be towards Aditoro, I think. So free kick here for Woking. 73 minutes on the clock. Goal is hit. Aldershot turned it around against Wildstone. York 3-0 up at Rochdale. Still Boston 2, Southend 0. One apiece team. Altrincham, Solihull. Diagonal free kick from Jaskalainen. Comes to the chest of Effiong. Cleared away by Halifax, and now it's been left by Dan Moss for a Woking throw. Just about the attacking third on the left hand side.
Don't know where this long throw from Andrews has come from, but he's like a bowler, isn't he? Polishing the ball.
Let's see if a long throw of his can cause a real issue. Andrews puts a throw in, flicked off for Coley. Halifax clear now, breaks in the centre towards Lawson, but nicked away from his feet by Emerson. Lawson running towards the ball. Emerson put him under pressure, and Emerson gets it off him. Now Emerson just behind halfway, and then Lawson just tugs at his shirt, drops it to Galvin. Galvin over halfway, and Referee did initially wave play on as Galvin was coming forwards, carried it out of play, so it's pulled back for Halifax. Free kick for that pull with Shamar Lawson on Zach Emerson on the far side. And Woking find that winning goal. That'll be massive at Halifax. Of course, they want to just carry on trying to create a gap, and again, be pleased to hear Southend losing for sure. Halifax, and short free kick from the visitors. Good 50-50 one there from Ashford against his opposite number Jennings. Andrews to Jones. Jones tackle there from Cook. Woking fans thought it was a bit of a naughty one. I think Cook won the ball from my angle. Andrews clears though. Hooked on from Pugh. Nice control there from Emerson in the centre circle. Back to Galvin. One touch to take over halfway. Galvin inside left. Galvin sets himself to put cross low. Cross to Galvin. No one running at the back post. Galvin can really deliver a ball. And was into towards Emerson, but yeah, Emerson not close enough to it and zipped out for a goal kick to Woking. Quarter an hour left here at the Layfake Community Stadium. Can we find a winning goal? Woking want to move clear of that bottom four. As it stands, it's still 2 points because of Boston now leading against Southend. That's 40 points that Dagenham and Boston on, looking very tight. And as it stands, Woking are moving above Willstone in the table. Jaskalainen with the goal kick, flicked on from Effiong, can't reach Ashford, cleared away. Francina being chased down from Cook on the right hand side. Cook desperately trying to get to it. Can Cook get to it? Not quite.
There is going to be some movement on the Woking's bench. I can see Anderson about to come on, possibly Walker. No sign of the lesser spotted Vincent though.
So here's a throw to Woking State deep inside the half. Akinola. Bounce over Effiong. Control for Manuel inside on the stretch. Buteman gives away to Bray. Bray clears now. Clearance away from Woking for Akinola. Headed and field from Ashford. Nice touch there from Lawson. The centre of the Woking half. Now Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans goes long towards Ashford down the right hand side. Ashford trying to get onto it. Header one there. Madi Toro cleared away from Galvin. Bit of heavy touch on Hottie, but manages to poke it back to Pugh. Pugh towards Bray. Too heavy that pass there from Tom Pugh. No way Owen Bray was going to take that one on the stretch. Throw from Woking just behind halfway. Now it's made its way into the centre circle. Tunji Akinola. Akinola left footed. Square for Jones. Jones first time ball. Cleared away from Senior. Now attempted pass from Jennings. Blocked there from Jones. Throw for Halifax, and Woking now making some substitutions their own. Jermaine Anderson to come on, so it will be Sam Ashford to come off here. Again, he's worked hard tonight. Sam Ashford had a shot in the first half at an awkward angle in the half volley. Again, he'll open that. He can score some important goals from now to the end of the season. So Jermaine Anderson had a good first half against Willstone. He's made his way on. Another substitution for Woking. Shamar Lawson coming off it, and Lewis Walker coming on, of course. He had a moment on Saturday where it fell to him inside the box and just sliced it out of play from an angle where he maybe could have found the target from him. He would have been bitterly disappointed in that. Be desperate to get himself a goal, Lewis Walker, just to gain a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, Ashford, you know, promising debut. He's worked hard. He's just as I remember him.
Manuel with the throw down the right hand side. Back from Macaulay. Jaskalainen thumps that clear. Ball still spinning up in the air inside the Woking half. Ball bouncing. Header one there from Anderson. Was Buteman kicked from behind. Well, play on for the referee. Walker gets to it, but now the referee does pull it back for free kick for Woking, which Andrews leaves for Jaskalainen. So Jaskalainen now, can he find the header maybe, and Okoli just win that flick on? Just something needs to fall for Woking here. So free kick for the car to take from their goalkeeper towards header for Coley. Heads up into the air, right side the box. So Coley controls. Chimuke Coley, and that cleared behind there from Galvin. It is indeed corner kick for Woking on the right hand side. Coley did well there to battle and win it. Get the throw, get the corner kick to be taken from the far side. Murray Buteman. 79 minutes on the clock. Woking 0, Halifax 0. drilled in with the right foot of Beatsman towards head of Okoli, headed away and drops it to Andrews. Andrews leaning back, and his shot hits the top of the KRE, and a goal kick for Woking.
Well, it was going to have to be a worldie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
From there, it fell to his right foot as well. But as I say, if Woking can get the ball into the box, they do look like they could cause problems, but they haven't done it anywhere near enough. And of course, if you don't have wingers or any width, then you're limiting your chances of doing so.
Cody gets the ball away in the centre circle. Turn from Pugh, now back to Galvin. Galvin goes square for Bray. Back in the Halifax half. It is Senior on the ball. Now Emmanuel looks on his outside and Phil there from Cook. Emmanuel come forward and Beaton brings him down. Free kick in a good position for Halifax. Beaton frustrated, but it looked like it was a little nibble there from Beaton and Emmanuel. 10 minutes to go here. The Laithwaite Community Stadium. Goalless between Woking and Halifax. Can we find a big winning goal? Halifax, if they could win, they'd extend the gap to 9 points to Altrincham as things stand in the table. As Woking, if they can get a victory, they'll move on to 44 points and get the gap to the drop zone to 4. So really all to play for here. The top and bottom of the National League on display at the Laithwaite Community Stadium this evening. Free kick for Halifax at 23 yards out. It will be Florin Hottie to take inside right. So Hottie now steps up. Witcher with his left foot towards the back post, goes straight on to the centre, and Woking managed to get it clear. A man down for Woking inside the box. Ball drilled in from Hottie. Well, the Woking player's gone down hole in his head. Not quite sure what that was. It was free kick whipped in, and on the stretch it was flicked up into the air at the back post into the middle, which caused some problems, but the referee had to blow his whistle. And the Woking player went down slowly back on his feet. Is that Dion Kelly Evans? I think it was. So
yes.
Yes, it was, yeah. So, referee now play drop ball here in the centre, a few yards in front of the centre circle. It's dropped here now for Jennings to play it back. Senior just over halfway. Square for Manuel. Hottie flicks in Phil. Manages to get away from Anderson. Manuel for the centre. Still Manuel. Manuel shot straight at Yaskalainen. It was a good opportunity there for Halifax.
Great run, wasn't it, from the middle of the park. Left Anderson for dead.
Well, out towards Walker. Wins the flick on. Looking for Effiong. On the attempt to clearance, Evanitora slipped, but drops to Senior. Back for Savin. Savin clears. Header one from Andrews. Now Beatsman manages to knock it square for Anderson, just in front of the centre circle. Walker has it now inside right. Walker, it's a nice reverse pass to Kelly Evans inside the box. Kelly Evans attempts the ball blocked. Falls back to Kelly Evans, lifts up in the air. Head away from the D from Jennings. Now drops it for Cook. Cook's clearance blocked from Andrews. Now Cook chasing it down, may taking a touch on Cook. Cook slips on the byline and Evian puts in a tackle. Goes down a bit heavy, and in fact it looks to be a free kick to Woking. I think Evian went down. Now he's looking slowly to his feet in the Evian. Not sure what the referee's given. Is it free kick that was given here or just a... Yeah, it looks to be a free kick given for Woking on the left hand side by the corner flag. So just under 7 minutes remaining here. Again, Woking certainly giving it their all this evening as the game's gone on. They're giving it as good as they got. They just need to find that winning goal. Buteman's free kick in, and very easy there for Savin to catch. Can Halifax get away quick?
So poor.
Savin is kick forward block there from Walker, but the referee blows his whistle and it'll be taken again for Savin.
It's crying out for a quality delivery, and Buteman, who's actually done all right tonight, really got it all wrong. So
free kick for Halifax. Walker ball his path. He wanted to hit long with his right foot. Now that's what he does do. Easy head away for Jones. Now controlled there from Hottie under pressure from Buteman. Hottie Ultimo. Hottie in field. Pugh first time pass, and plenty of time for Jääskeläinen to come and claim. So Jääskeläinen 84.5 minutes played here. Woking 0, Halifax 0. Jääskeläinen looking for Effiong. Comes off Effion's chest and goes backwards. Cleared from Pugh over halfway. Akinola heads up in the air. Just behind halfway. Andrews wins the flick on. Drops to Cook on the bounce. Hits it left footed. Looking the ball over the top. Akinola comes off his head. Chasing it down towards the corner flag. And can't prevent it from going for a corner kick for Halifax on the right hand side. So chance here for the visitors. See they can put a dangerous delivery. Hottie to deliver. 5 minutes to go here at the Laithwaites Community Stadium. And a big winning goal. So corner kick for Halifax on the right hand side. Flon Hottie to take an in swinger. Hottie's corner. And Jääskeläinen missed the ball, but didn't go in the back of the net. Cleared away from Andrews.
Goodness.
Real nervy moment there for Woking.
Oh, how that didn't go in, I do not know. Great delivery, wasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was. And I think Hottie was trying to catch out Jääskeläinen at his near post. He flung towards it, completely missed the ball, but didn't go into the back of the net. And Andrews cleared out for throw, which now to be taken on the left hand side. Given to Hottie, holding off Anderson. Hottie's pass deflects. Now Woking have it in the centre. Walker now. Buteman under pressure. Buteman gives it to Jones. Jones looking over top towards Effiong. Effiong takes on his chest now. In the Effiong on the left hand side. Effiong. You look inside towards Walker. Effiong seen up. Walker wins it off Jennings. Walker on the left hand side. Tricky feet from Walker. Walker now on the byline. Walker gets the crossing. Cleared away at the near post. Aditoro for a throw.
Good work from Walker.
He did really well there in the tight situation. Managed to get a dangerous looking ball in towards the near post, but Adam Aditoro on the stretch.
Be a great time to score, wouldn't it?
Certainly would be. In this place would lift off if Woking could find a huge winning goal. So a throw for Andrews to take it. Level with the box on the left hand side. Jamie Andrews now releases it towards the 6-yard area. Caught though, can't leave from Savin.
Goodness.
And now Savin rolls into defeat Hottie. Here come Halifax. Hottie now through the centre circle over halfway. Hottie to his left. Here's Emerson. Leaves it for Hottie in the centre. Hottie trying to slide it through. Good tackle there from Andrews. Pull back from Hottie. A bit of coming together as well between Andrews and Hottie. And again, Chimuke Crowley quickly steps in just to defuse that. And that is a yellow card. Understandably for Florent Hottie. Manhandling Jamie Andrews there, but had to take one for the team because Jamie Andrews set to counter. Actually, Andrews showed a yellow card as well.
Yeah, for the afters. At least Andrews atoned for his awful long throw.
So substitution here.
And it is going to be Hines, I think. Is it? No. Oh my.
It's for.
I'm wishing it would be Hines, but it's not.
So it's Owen Bray coming off for. So Dubem Eze to come on again. No relation. Barry Byway did ask for kick-off, so
I don't understand really why he hasn't brought Hines on. You know, he's got some pace, bit of trickery. Surely he can be better than Kelly Evans out there, you'd think, wouldn't you?
Again, Hines has got the fresh. I think Kelly Evans in the Tatton third certainly had a very frustrating game. Jääskeläinen puts the free kick in. Flick on from Macaulay. Akinola couldn't take on the spell. Flags gone up against Woking.
Because you know we're almost at the 90-minute mark, and Woking have not created one opportunity from open play. Not one.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Well, chance of Kelly Evans at the back post with Effiong's cross. Suppose that's the only one I can think of. But yeah, not many. It's the only one I can think of. And again, which is
a very, very telling stat, isn't it? It tells you all you need to know about how Woking are playing at the moment and where they're lacking.
So free kick after Akinola offside. Cody heads away. Lifted back up. And head away there from Moss. And field to Buteman. Stabs it down for Walker on the far side. Walker now knocks it to Anderson. Looking towards Effiong. Headed away by Senior. Anderson beaten. Andrews beaten. Hottie. Woking trying to apply pressure. Halifax play it back to Savin. Through Aditoro. Long ball headed away from McCauley in the centre circle. Comes off the top of Andrews' head. Flick on there from Jennings. Drops here to Buteman out towards the right hand side. And there's a bit of a follow through on Buteman. So referees pulled it back for a free kick to Woking. 30 seconds of normal time to go here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium. Can Woking find a vital winner? Or Halifax break Woking hearts like Willstone did on Saturday? So, free kick from Jaskalainen. Looking for a Coley. Coley wins the flick on left hand side of the box. Has to be cleared away from Senior for a Woking throw on the left hand side. So we reach the 90th minute now. How many minutes of stoppage time? 4 minutes to play here. Let's see what Woking in these 4 minutes of stoppage time. Jamie Andrews and giving the ball quick clean. Again, and the carry, the Woking fans getting behind their team. Can their team give them something back? Andrews with the throw. Headed away, still bouncing inside the box here. Time though for Emmanuel to clear away. Up towards Cook in the centre circle. Cook wins the flick on. Jones covers well on the far side. Back to Jaskalainen. Now time here for Jaskalainen. Takes a touch with his right foot. Telling his teammates to push up high. Jaskalainen comes out of his area. Jaskalainen. Direct. Towards Walker. Wins the flick on towards Effiong. Getting cleared for Aditoro to win the header. Ball bounce in front of the centre circle. Andrews squares it to Jones on the stretch. Jones whip ball in, but very comfortable there for Savin to catch it. A stoppage time played.
Really poor. You know, he had time.
It is short pass to Hottie in the centre of the Halifax half. Hottie now clips it towards left hand side. Hit back over halfway delicately from Moss to Kelly Evans. Effiong holds it up against Aditoro, flicks it backwards. Anderson a bit of trouble here. 2 men around him. Anderson does well to get in between them. Anderson runs in trouble where Hottie's there, but Anderson still keeps hold of it. Plays to Andrews in the centre circle. Walker back here to Andrews. Left footed pass. Trapped here from Moss. Moss pass cut out from Cook. It's back with Moss now to Anderson on halfway. Again short in front into Moss. Square for Andrews. Andrews now down the right hand side. Can't find Kelly Evans. Volleyed away from Galvin. Now Emerson chasing down Chinwike Coley. Coley slips a bit but manages to hold off Emerson well. Sends it back to Jaskalainen. Again Jaskalainen long with his left foot. Halfway into the 4 minutes of stoppage time. He's gone up to Walker in the centre circle. Wins the flick on but just Aditoro though. Long ball. Cody calmly heads it to his right hand side. Now Moss carrying it towards halfway. Again Moss direct. Easy header one for Senior. Anderson traps it on his chest. Short for Buteman. Buteman knocks it down the right hand side. Kelly Evans chasing it. And a sliding clearance to Aditoro for a Woking throw. Minute and a half of stoppage time to go. Throw for Woking on the right hand side. And Kelly Evans again leaves it for Andrews. Could this be the moment for Woking? Maybe a season changing moment. A win for Woking. And they extend the gap to the drop zone to 4 points. So a throw here for Jamie Andrews to take from the far side. Bounce inside the box. They're going to drop to Beaton. Comes at the back of Effiong. Then Halifax managed to clear to the centre circle. Cook takes on the spell. Can Halifax counter attack? Now is Eze, the overlap run of Emmanuel. Eze heading towards the box. Eze onto his left foot. Eze shot good save there from Jaskalainen and cleared away from Jacob Jones. And one ends the other. Jaskalainen denied Eze there though. Throw for Halifax.
Yeah, it was a decent save, and Eze was like his Crystal Palace counterpart. That was a great run. And
here's Eze, pass fizz towards him from Jennings. Too heavy though. Is there one last chance for Woking to get it up?
Oh, for an Eze even. You know, we just do not have anyone like that in the side. Somebody who can run at defences, create space, cause problems. We're just far too pedestrian.
I've had that since Jane Luca last season. Here's Jaskalainen with the goal kick. Can't find Walker. Controlled it calmly from Galvin. Now Galvin carrying it towards halfway, and there goes the final whistle. Well, it's a point on the board for Woking. It's obviously in the game, but again, Woking, they certainly gave it as good as they got, but just lacking that quality really. Halifax, again, couldn't really get into the second half. Had the better, certainly, the first period of the first half, where it was a shot wide from Sutcliffe, probably the best chance of the game, although Eze had a chance on the counter-attack at the end. But again, Woking, they had their moments to try and score second half. A chance of Kelly Evans at the back post, and again, they applied as much pressure as they could, but just couldn't break down Halifax in the end.
Yeah, I mean, the first 30 minutes was awful, and it improved thereafter. But, you know, really Woking huffed and puffed. And to me, they could be out there all night long and not score. They never really threatened the Halifax keeper. And you're the home side. You're desperate for a win. Somehow, they've got to get some creativity in this side very, very quickly, and some width and some pace. Do that, and Woking will be through.
Yeah, well, again, Jody Brown, along with Neil Lardley, everyone behind the scenes have been working hard to maybe bring a player or two more, which again will fit the profiles that again John was mentioning there. They need that width. They've got Matt Ward, be huge, they can get him back. But again, it was a spirited performance in Woking though. Neil Lardley just shaking some of his players' hands in, running across, going across towards the Kerry, clapping them as well as the Woking players. So it's a point on the board for Woking. The gap to the drop zone stays at 2 points. A huge game against Braintree at home on Saturday. Again, that's one they really need to win now. And again, not winning tonight to put extra pressure on that one. Can the pressure be lifted on Saturday? Can Woking find some goal scoring form? It's going to be tough, but again, we've just got to stick together. So full time here at the Halifax Community Stadium. It's finished Woking 0, Halifax 0.